The images are surreal and haunting. Faceless figures in gas masks carry sickles resembling grim reapers. An abstract child is shaped like the symbol for radiation. A little girl, her back to us, faces a blood-stained ferryman as he rows her across a river toward her fate. Toward the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, which is only a few miles from where the 6-year-old girl lives, when one of the plant's reactors explodes on April 26, 1986. The nightmarish experience of the world's worst nuclear accident, as captured on canvas, is emotionally overwhelming. For Christina Katrakis, who has grown from that child into a remarkable Memphis artist, emotions and feelings are the bedrock of her art.
Truly, we know only what we can see or feel or touch. That is part of our nature. You can theorize about things, but they will remain theories unless you can see them, touch them, taste them, drink them. I never try to do something rationally, because I do not believe in rationale when it comes to art. I think that art speaks to the most primordial, which is to the senses of the people, sensations, feeling. I do believe in feeling, and by it I live.
Art, whether revealed through a painting, a sculpture, a song, or a performance, carries the emotional experience and imprint of the artist.
It's not only my first open self-portrait, so to say, but it's also a nude self-portrait, which is something I've never done before. And the reason why I'm decided to do that is because I feel so defenseless, you know? I might as well be nude in front of you right now because I have no shields anymore. I have no protection. I have nobody to take care of me.
Trying to share feelings with her audience and even with herself, Christina's most recent paintings take a risk by putting her very personal pains, such as the loss of a child and a broken relationship, on canvas.
This painting deals with what I'm going through right now, which is probably one of the most painful experiences of my life. And I've been through a lot of things. I've been through Chernobyl, I've been through cancer, I've been through the war. I lost my family members, I lost my child. But this by far, I think, the most traumatic experience, because it deals with betrayal. The whole background around me, it's almost as if I'm sailing through the night. So the night becomes also as a being, as a beast. And it has the wedding rings for the eyes and the stitched up mouth. And then here you could see the painter's palette, which becomes my hand. I'm trying to understand myself, and I'm trying to understand what I'm going through and how I feel and what I am. What I'm trying always to do on some kind of subconscious level, and I see that only when I've done it and I look at it, is I try to have a conversation with the viewer, almost like an open symposium. And I hope that perhaps what I'm doing will help them, will give them some kind of food for thought, or maybe if they go through the same thing, it'll heal them.
It is interesting to me that she's able to be so raw in her images, that they clearly tell a very personal story. Knowing her, however, that she's so overflowing with life as a human being, it makes more sense to me.
Her life's tragic events are the birthplace of many of Christina's raw and personal images. The images of the Zone, the series of paintings based on the Chernobyl radiation poisoning of Christina and her village, stayed largely hidden in the artist's past until a recent tragedy brought them forward and onto canvas.
The Zone was a series of works that I was not able to address for a very long time. What gave me that push was the life and death of my child, because doctors related his problem, heart defect, with the Chernobyl-related defects.
I've been at openings where her work was on display. I see people getting emotional, and I've seen people not be able to look at them for long. So I think most people are fascinated with them, whether they're drawn in or whether they're wanting to keep a distance and not confront them too closely.
So when I was painting an almond, it was the hardest painting I ever painted in my life. The hardest. It was like a prayer. It was like a goodbye. I felt his presence all the time I was painting this painting. I cried. I actually did not cry, I wailed.
Just as the work of each artist is individual and unique, so is the path they take. With a Greek father who was a noted sculptor and a mother of royal heritage who is an art historian, Christina's calling as an artist came naturally and early.
Ever since I was a child, you know, ever since I remember myself, which was about 2 years of age, that I have vague memories of me drawing or painting. I remember being in school, and it was like 2nd grade or something, and they would ask us, what do you want to be when you grow up? And everybody in class wanted to be a cosmonaut. And then they asked me, and I was the only one who wanted to be an artist. It was such a shock, you know, it's such a shock. But the truth is, nobody from that class became a cosmonaut, but I became an artist.
The girl who didn't want to be a cosmonaut gave up space exploration for human exploration. Though some of her more dramatic paintings reflect events filled with challenging emotions, Christina has also created a body of work that celebrates the joy and beauty found in the common and everyday. These emotions also bind us together.
My growing up series, Lover series, are filled with memories of love and childhood and things that make me smile. My Mapping It Out series are filled with travels and feeling of journey. I try to promote life in every way I can. I promote all aspects of it, you know, which, you know, sorrow and grief and mourning is one of them. But I also promote beauty and love, because even the most painful paintings that I painted are filled with love.
Love and sorrow, beauty and grief. The amazing ability to creatively convey such a range of emotions is invested in the one who holds the paintbrush.
A lot of artists don't realize what a huge power is invested in them, because I think we are the closest to God, if there is one, because we are, much like God, creators. You know, and any person that creates anything has amazing power, divine power. And you know, my father says that if God gives you a lot, he asks from you a lot.
One way in which Christina answers that call to give back some of what she has been given is with annual visits to orphanages in her Ukrainian homeland.
Give a Voice to Children is a program that I started on my own. And as I say, on Christmas, I go to orphanages and I buy art materials. And we paint together, we draw together. I want them to express a lot of times what they feel. And a lot of times it's about the loss of their parents, or, you know, just feeling abandoned. And I think painting itself is the greatest healer. Because if I'm happy, I paint. If I'm mourning, I paint. You know, that's the way I speak. Other people write, other people sing, I paint.
So as Christina paints, she heals herself and others. Because the fears and joys from childhood, the pain of loss, whether through divorce or death, stir universal emotions. Calling us to share those feelings is what an artist does.
The beauty about it is that I will do it my way. You will see it your way. But I just hope that you will not be indifferent to what you see.
For Christina Katrakis, a finished painting completes an emotional journey. And with each stark, white canvas, another one begins.
I never know where this journey will take me to. So it's always something new, it's always an experience. I can only try to do my best, and the reason why I try to do my best is because I honor that which was given to me, and not to let it down. You know, not to let down my name, or not to let down the gift that was given from above.